I'm back. Road Rants for Black and White Sports Week 6 Power Rankings. Little easier than last week, where last week's Power Rankings, in my opinion, were a dumpster fire. My own Power Rankings. Because other than the top two teams, everything was just, it was like, good luck, throw your hands up in the air. Although I think I saw some teams emerging, possibly moving up the ranks that were way low. So I'll try to keep this one shorter than I did last week. Full context, number one, subscribe. We cover the XFL extensively and the NFL extensively. Also, I look at two things primarily. Yes, does win-loss matter? Yes, but not as much as you would think. I do this with my NFL Power Rankings, our number one reoccurring video on this channel. I look at your quarterback situation, injury situation, head coach situation. Do I care about all three of those things? Yes. In other words, the Dallas Renegades aren't the same team with Philip Nelson as they are with Landry Jones. Absolutely matters. Absolutely matters. And this week, I struggled at the top. I did. So let's just get to it, and we'll roll with it. Number 8, the Seattle Dragons. Look, Seattle draws really well at home attendance-wise. Seattle plays some pretty good defense. But right now, their quarterback situation, B.J. Daniels, did not look good. And honestly, I would probably put Brandon Silvers back in. Okay, that's my opinion. I know Daniels has a little more mobility, and I get that. It just did not work for the Dragons this past week at all. Now they played the Roughnecks, who are the best team in the league. But Daniels had 64 yards, had 114 yards passing, and no TDs. Okay. They did try to find a running game, and yeah, their rushing statistics aren't terrible, but they're not good either. Okay. So right now, I've got the Dragons down there. Do I see them staying in the basement necessarily? No, I don't. I think they could win 2 or 3 more games, maybe. Maybe 2. All right. That quarterback situation, and it's sort of the same thing with the entire league. Quarterback play, these teams have got to find them some better quarterbacks because it's hurting all the way around. Number 7, Tampa Bay Vipers. They took one on the chin last night. They roared out to a big lead in L.A. And then Josh Johnson came back. Came back with a vengeance last night. I will say this. Tampa Bay looks a lot better offensively. They do. They have found an identity. They run the ball. Cornelius is, look, he's putting up yards, but he threw 2 more picks last night, and that's an issue, okay? Again, coaching also matters. I'm not a Mark Trestman guy. I'm just not. And unfortunately, I kind of liked Jim Zorn, but he's starting to look like he's over his head as well. And you're seeing that. The bottom 2 teams where coaching could be a real issue for those 2 teams going forward. I think it's already shown up. Vipers have some potential, though. Okay, they move the ball, and could I see them reeling off a couple more wins? Sure, absolutely. Not terrible. Number 6, Dallas Renegades. That's right. Look, Dallas would be much higher if Landry Jones was healthy. they took a hell of a one on the chin this week. That is because of Philip Nelson. He is awful. Yes, he completes a lot of passes. The problem is he completes a lot of passes for no yardage. He can't move the ball down the field. They can't convert on third down. Dallas's offense with Philip Nelson playing quarterback is painful to watch. And they've got two good running backs. Cameron Artis-Payne and Lance Dunbar are both good running backs. They got a good tight end. It is unbelievable how different this team is between Landry Jones and Philip Nelson. It's two completely different teams. I like Bob Stoops a lot. It's sort of weird. He was my highest confidence coach coming into the start of the season. But I like June Jones. I do. I like and oddly, I had little confidence in June coming into the season. I just didn't know about the run and shoot in pro ball. But it looks good. Renegades. I've got the Renegades at 6. Last week's number 8 team has jumped to number 5. The LA Wildcats. I said, watch out for the Wildcats. Wildcats got down early last night, and then they came back and whipped the shit out of the Vipers. 41 points. Quarterback play matters in professional football. Josh Johnson changed this team. I said before, I'll say it again. Look, the NFL still wants Josh Johnson. Detroit tried to sign him, and the XFL blocked it. Okay? Again, see Dallas. No Landry Jones. The Wildcats are 2-3 right now. But I said last week, don't be surprised if the Wildcats, you look up at the end of week 10 and they got 6 wins, or at least 5 wins. Okay? They're going to win some more games because that offense, and look, Trey McBride got hurt last night and no Nelson Spruce. This team can put up points. Johnson discovered some other weapons last night, and that helped. That helped a lot. Number 4, the New York Guardians. That's right. A team that was a absolute dumpster fire 3 weeks ago because of Matt McGloin's pansy-ass sideline rant has come roaring back because of the professional quarterbacking of Luis Perez. His completion percentage is not great, but Luis Perez will throw the ball down the field and he will move the chains. And he helps them convert on third down, okay? And look, their defense played a lot better, and they went into Dallas and won the football game, okay? They had a running game that showed up. Stockton and Victor combined for 100 yards. And now, do I think they necessarily win that game if Landry Jones is playing? Probably not. Okay, but head-to-head, it is what it is. The Guardians went in there. They're 3-2. After the dumpster fire quarterback situation, the Guardians are 3-2. That's hard to believe. It is hard to believe. I do not have a lot of confidence in Kevin Gilbride, however. So it is what it is. Number 3. This was, I don't feel great about this. The St. Louis Battlehawks. I had to drop the Battlehawks to number 3 on one thing and one thing only. Head-to-head, they just lost to the Defenders. Do I feel better about the Battlehawks than I do the Defenders? Absolutely. I think they're a better team. I think their quarterback situation is much better. I like their head coach. But 15 hours after losing to a team, I can't put them ahead of the Defenders. I can't. Even though I don't necessarily look at record, it was a head-to-head victory. And look, the Defenders' defense plays well at home. Look, St. Louis is going to win every game in St. Louis, I think. They've got a great home field advantage, a great crowd. Their quarterback situation is better. And what I will tell you is, before I started this video, I interswitched those two teams about 6 times. I just was like, kept moving them back. I was like, no, yeah, no. And I ultimately just said, to hell with it. The Defenders just beat the Battlehawks. I've got to put them. So that tells you my number 2 is the DC Defenders, with no real confidence there. Vote of no confidence, because I think the Battlehawks really and truly are a better team, and I think that will show out. But this singular week, I'm putting the Defenders at 2. Okay, so it is what it is. Number 1, easy pickings. My Houston Roughnecks. PJ Walker, I think, has now separated from everybody else for XFL MVP, but Josh Johnson is coming. He is putting up some monster numbers. Do I think he'll overtake PJ Walker? Nope. And the NFL is noticing. Seattle Seahawks had scouts at the game, per Steve Levy, during the game, and they're looking at PJ Walker to be Russell Wilson's backup, potentially. I hope that doesn't happen. I want to see PJ stay in the league and be a star in the league. Okay. And on a side note, do I think the league will get a second season? Yeah, I do. I'm starting to... I was sort of wavering on it. I don't love the TV situation this coming weekend, and I'm going to do a video on it. It was one of the things I was concerned about. I was like, yikes. So watch for another XFL video later on today. So that's my power rankings. I love June Jones. PJ Walker, quarterback, is everything in professional football. It is. You can see it. You can see it with teams that's made changes. Also, on a side note, with the DC Defenders being at number 2, look, Cardale Jones got yanked. They put in Tyree Jackson, and I'm supposed to be fired up about that. What, completed 9 passes for 40 yards? No, that's a dumpster fire. That's not good quarterbacking. I don't care if they did win the game. It's not good quarterbacking. Okay. Battlehawks fans, don't be mad. Do I see the Battlehawks staying at number 3 in my rank? No. No. Like I said, I changed it like 6 times before I started this video. But in lieu of a direct head-to-head victory, I put the Defenders at 2. I did. You tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. The LA Wildcats are coming. They are coming. Look out. Look out. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.